Dreamrealms Stories, Cappadocia. A darkness softens around you. You wake before the world stirs in a cave dwelling carved from honey-colored stone. The walls curve gently around your sleeping place, smooth as river stones, worn by countless hands and years. Your breath mingles with the cool morning air that whispers through the opening. Outside, Cappadocia sleeps in silver silence. You rise slowly, bare feet touching the cool stone floor. Each step is deliberate, reverent. You move to the carved window, where pale light begins to paint the fairy chimneys in shades of pearl and ash. Then you hear it, the soft whisper of flame. Far below in the valley, a gentle roar echoes between the stone pillars. The sound grows, multiplies, and slowly, like enormous flowers blooming against gravity, hot air balloons begin to rise from the earth. First one, then three, then dozens. They drift upward in perfect silence, their colorful canopies swelling with warm breath. Red and gold and deep blue spheres floating like prayer lanterns released to heaven. You watch them rise, carrying their quiet passengers into the softening sky. The sun has not yet appeared, but its presence grows. The horizon blushes with the faintest pink. The balloons drift higher, becoming small jewels against the brightening canvas of morning. You breathe deeply, tasting the clean desert air. There is sage on the wind, and wild thyme, and the mineral scent of ancient stone warmed by the approaching sun. Your lungs fill with this sacred mixture, each breath connecting you more deeply to this timeless land. One balloon drifts close to your dwelling, close enough that you could almost reach out and touch its woven basket. The pilot raises a gentle hand in greeting. You nod in return. Two souls sharing the holy hour before dawn breaks fully across the world. The light continues to grow, soft and gradual, like honey poured slowly over the landscape. The fairy chimneys begin to glow from within, as if lit by candles. Their surfaces catch the light and hold it, transforming from gray to gold to warm amber. You stand at your window, perfectly still. There is no need to move, no urgency, only this moment of pure witness. The balloons continue their gentle ascent, carrying dreams and wishes into the expanding sky. And you are part of this meditation, this daily ritual of earth reaching toward heaven. The morning air flows around you like silk. Your breathing slows, deepens, Each exhale releases the remnants of sleep. Each inhale draws in the peace of dawn. As the last balloon disappears into the brightening sky, you feel your own spirit lifting, rising on invisible currents of contentment, floating in the space between dream and waking, between earth and sky, in the perfect balance of this sacred hour. Let this image of floating balloons carry you deeper. Your body grows heavy against your pillow, while your spirit drifts upward, weightless, peaceful. The gentle roar of balloon flames becomes the rhythm of your breathing, soft, steady, leading you toward rest. The morning sun climbs higher now. You step from your cave dwelling into the warming light. The stone threshold is smooth beneath your feet, polished by generations of pilgrims and wanderers who have passed this way before you. The path leads downward into the valley of stone giants. Here, the fairy chimneys stand tallest, most magnificent, their caps balanced impossibly on slender necks of volcanic rock. Some wear crowns of darker stone. Others have been carved into doorways and windows by ancient hands. You walk slowly among them. Pause 1.5 seconds. Each chimney tells a story written in layers of earth and time. You can see the history in their striations. Bands of cream and rust and old that speak of volcanic ash settled over millennia, of wind and rain that shape these forms with infinite patience. Your hand reaches out to touch the nearest wall. The stone is warm already from the morning sun. Its surface is soft, almost like skin. Your palm fits perfectly into a hollow worn by countless other hands. You feel the connection, the continuity, the endless chain of seekers who have touched this same stone with the same reverence. A gentle wind moves through the valley. It carries whispers, echoes bouncing between the towering formations. The sound is like distant voices, like prayers carried on the air. But when you listen closely, there are only the natural songs of wind through stone. The sigh of air moving through hidden passages and caves. You continue walking, unhurried, letting your feet find their own rhythm. The path winds between the giants, sometimes in shadow, sometimes in golden pools of sunlight. You move from cool to warm, from dimness to brightness, each transition gentle, gradual, like breathing made visible in light and shadow. Above you, carved high in a chimney wall, you notice a small window. It frames a square of deep blue sky. Someone once lived here, someone who woke each morning to this same view, who watched these same patterns of light and shadow, who felt this same wind against their skin. The thought fills you with profound peace, with connection to all who have walked this path of seeking. A dove calls from somewhere among the stones. Its voice echoes and multiplies, bouncing between the rock faces until it becomes a chorus, a song that seems to come from the valley itself. You pause to listen, letting the sound wash over you, through you, until you cannot tell where the dove's call ends and your own breath begins. You find a natural seat carved into the base of a massive chimney. The stone curves around you like a throne, supporting your back, cradling you in its ancient embrace. Here you rest, feeling the solid strength of the earth beneath you, the infinite patience of stone that has waited millions of years for this moment. For you, the sun climbs higher. Light and shadow dance across the valley floor. The fairy chimneys cast long shapes that shift and change, creating temporary pools of coolness, brief sanctuaries from the warming day. You watch this slow dance, mesmerized by the gradual transformation of the landscape. Your breathing settles into the rhythm of the valley, slow, deep, in harmony with the ancient pulse that beats beneath the stone. With each breath, you sink deeper into this timeless place, feeling your modern concerns dissolve, your hurried thoughts slow, until there is only this, only now, only the eternal dialogue between stone and sky and seeking soul. A lizard scurries across the rock near your hand. Pause, regards you with ancient eyes, then disappears into a crack in the stone. Even the smallest creatures here move with dignity, with purpose, part of the endless meditation that is this valley. The stone giants stand guard around you now. Their presence fills you with deep security. Your body melts into the warm rock, becoming part of the landscape, part of the eternal stillness. Let their ancient strength support you as you sink deeper into rest, deeper into peace. As the day grows warmer, you rise from your stone seat. Your legs carry you deeper into the valley, toward a cliff face that seems unbroken, solid. But your eyes have learned to read the subtle signs, the way shadows fall differently, the way the rock face curves just slightly inward. There, a narrow opening, barely visible, a doorway carved so seamlessly into the cliff that it seems like a natural fold in the stone. You approach slowly, reverently, knowing that sacred spaces reveal themselves only to those who come with quiet hearts. The entrance is cool and dark. You step across the threshold and feel the temperature drop. Your skin welcomes the relief from the warming sun. The air here is different, older, carrying the faint scent of incense burned centuries ago, of olive oil from countless lamps, of prayers whispered into stone. Your eyes adjust slowly to the dimness. Gradually, shapes emerge from shadow. Walls carved with infinite care from the living rock. Arches that flow like water frozen in time. Pillars that seem to grow from the floor like stone trees. This is not a building placed upon the earth. This is the earth itself, transformed into sanctuary. A single shaft of light enters through a high window. It falls across the floor in a golden column, illuminating motes of dust that dance like tiny prayers. You step into this light and feel its warmth on your face, your shoulders. Somewhere, water drips slowly, rhythmically, each drop echoing in the vast silence like a liquid bell. Along the walls, you discover traces of ancient paintings, faded now, barely visible, but still present. Hands and eyes and wings painted with mineral pigments. Stories told in images that speak directly to the heart, bypassing the mind. You trace one figure with your finger, feeling the slight roughness where pigment was layered onto stone so long ago. In an alcove, a small oil lamp sits on a carved shelf. Its base is blackened with soot from 1,000 lightings. You can almost see the monks who tended this flame, their robes rustling in the silence, their footsteps soft on the worn stone floor, their presence still palpable in this sacred space. The silence here is not empty. It is full, pregnant with centuries of meditation, thousands of prayers, countless hours of seekers sitting in contemplation. This silence has weight, substance. You breathe it in like air. Let it settle in your lungs, your heart, your bones. You find a place to sit against the smooth wall, or perhaps hours contract into moments. There is no urgency, no schedule, only the eternal now that exists in all sacred spaces. Your breathing slows, matches the rhythm of the water drops, the pulse of stone, the heartbeat of the mountain itself. A soft breeze moves through the monastery. It comes from hidden passages, secret corridors that honeycomb the cliff, carrying with it the breath of the deep earth, cool and mineral sweet. You feel this air on your skin like a blessing, like the touch of invisible hands offering comfort, peace, rest. In the column of light, you notice how the dust motes never settle. They dance eternally, rising and falling in patterns too complex to follow, too beautiful to analyze, like thoughts in meditation. like prayers ascending, like souls journeying between earth and heaven. You watch until your eyes grow soft, until the boundaries between watcher and watched begin to dissolve. The monastery embraces you now. Its ancient walls hold you in perfect safety. Your breathing matches the rhythm of centuries, slow, deep, eternal. Let the weight of this sacred stone settle into your bones. Let the silence fill your mind, drawing you deeper into the peace that lives at the center of all things. The afternoon light calls to you. Reluctantly, you rise from your meditation in the stone monastery. Your legs are stiff but strong. Your spirit feels cleansed, renewed. As you move toward the entrance, you carry some of the ancient silence with you, wrapped around your heart like a blessing. Outside, the world has transformed. The harsh light of midday has softened into something gentler, warmer. The sun hangs lower now, beginning its slow descent toward the distant horizon. And ahead of you lies Rose Valley, already beginning to blush with the colors that give it its name. You walk slowly through the narrow canyon entrance. The walls rise high on either side, layered with bands of pink and cream and rust. Like pages in an ancient book, each striation telling its own story of volcanic ash and settling sediment, of time measured not in years, but in millennia. The path winds deeper into the valley. With each step, the rock faces grow more rosy, more luminous, as if the stone itself is learning to blush. The formations here are different from the towering chimneys, softer, more curved, carved by water as well as wind into flowing, organic shapes. Wild herbs grow in every crevice. Pause. With each step, the rock faces grow more rosy, more luminous. Thyme and oregano, sage and lavender. Their fragrance rises with each footstep. Crushed leaves releasing their essential oils into the warming air. You breathe deeply, tasting the wild perfume, feeling it spread through your chest, your limbs, like aromatherapy offered by the earth itself. A small stream appears beside the path. Its water is clear and cold, flowing over smooth pebbles with a sound like gentle laughter. You kneel beside it. Cup the water in your hands. Splash it over your face and neck. The cold shock is delicious, awakening. A reminder of the life force that flows through all things, even in this seemingly barren landscape. As the sun sinks lower, the magic begins. The pink stone starts to glow, subtly at first, then with increasing intensity. The walls of Rose Valley become luminous, as if lit from within by some inner fire. You are walking through a corridor of living light, through stone that breathes with color, you find the perfect resting place, a natural terrace carved into the valley wall, with a view across the entire canyon. Here you settle, your back against the warm stone, your legs stretched comfortably before you. The rock beneath you radiates the day's accumulated heat, like sitting on a warm hearth. The transformation continues. What began as pink deepens to coral, then to rose, then to the rich red gold of burnished copper. The entire valley pulses with color, with light, with an energy that seems almost alive. You are witnessing one of nature's most subtle and magnificent performances, the daily resurrection of stone through light. Swallows begin their evening dance. They swoop and dive through the colored air, their wings cutting precise arcs against the glowing walls. Their calls echo and re-echo, creating a symphony of joy, of celebration, of gratitude for another day completing its perfect circle. A gentle wind moves through the valley, carries the scent of wild honey, of sun-warmed stone, of desert flowers that bloom only in the evening cool. This breeze touches your skin like silk, lifts your hair, whispers secrets in a language older than words. You close your eyes and let it speak to you. Let it sing you toward evening peace. The colors deepen. Rose becomes burgundy. Coral transforms to deep amber. The valley walls seem to pulse with their own heartbeat, their own rhythm of breathing. You feel yourself becoming part of this rhythm, your chest rising and falling in harmony with the living stone, your pulse matching the ancient cadence of earth and sky. Stars begin to appear in the deepening blue overhead. First one, then several, tiny diamonds against velvet. The day and night exchange their gentle greetings, light surrendering gracefully to darkness, warmth giving way to the cool embrace of evening. And you are here to witness this sacred transition, this daily prayer of earth to heaven. The rose-colored walls cradle you now. Their warm embrace draws you deeper into rest. The ancient rhythm of the valley becomes your lullaby, slow, deep, eternal. Let the glowing stone fill your vision. Then let that vision fade as your eyelids grow heavy, sinking into the rose-colored peace that lives at the heart of all beauty. As the last light fades from Rose Valley, you feel drawn deeper into the mystery, into the hidden heart of this ancient land. Your feet find a narrow path that leads downward, away from the dying light, toward passages carved not by wind and weather, but by human hands seeking the sacred in the deep places of the earth. The entrance appears gradually, a crack in the valley floor, widening as you approach, revealing stone steps worn smooth by countless pilgrims. Each step takes you further from the surface world, further into a realm where silence reigns supreme, where the very stones whisper of ages past. Cool air rises to meet you. It carries scents impossible to name. The breath of deep earth, mineral and clean, touched with the memory of incense and prayer. Your skin welcomes the coolness after the warmth above, like stepping into a natural cathedral built in the bones of the mountain. The passage widens. Your hands trail along walls carved with infinite patience, feeling the tool marks left by ancient craftsmen. The slight roughness where chisels bit into stone, the smooth sections polished by thousands of passing hands. You are following in the footsteps of seekers who came here centuries ago, drawn by the same longing for the sacred. Somewhere ahead, water moves. Not the cheerful babble of the surface stream, but something deeper, more mysterious. The sound echoes through chambers you cannot yet see, promising hidden pools, secret springs that have flowed in darkness since the world was young. The passage turns, pause, and suddenly you emerge into a vast underground chamber. Your breathing catches. The space is enormous, carved from living rock into a subterranean cathedral. Pillars rise to support a ceiling lost in shadow. Arches flow like frozen music, creating spaces within spaces, mysteries within mysteries. A few oil lamps flicker in wall niches. Their flames dance without wind, casting moving shadows that seem almost alive. In their golden light, you catch glimpses of carved reliefs, symbols and figures that speak in the universal language of the sacred. Hands raised in blessing, eyes closed in meditation, wings that might belong to angels or souls in flight. You move deeper into the chamber. Your footsteps echo softly, each sound multiplied and transformed by the vast space, becoming a rhythm, a heartbeat, the pulse of the living mountain. You feel very small here, but not diminished. Rather, you feel held, embraced by something infinitely larger and more enduring than yourself. At the chamber's heart, you discover the source of the water sound, a natural pool, perfectly circular, fed by springs that emerge from the rock walls. The water is so still, it might be black glass, so clear you can see every pebble on its bottom. In the lamplight, its surface reflects the ceiling, creating a mirror world, a meditation on depth and surface, reality and reflection. You kneel beside the pool, cupping the water in your hands, bringing it to your lips. It tastes of minerals, of deep earth, of purity distilled through countless miles of stone. This water has never known sunlight, never felt wind. It is the earth's most secret gift, offered freely to those who venture into the sacred depths. The silence here is absolute. Not the silence of absence, but the silence of presence, of wholeness. You can feel your heartbeat, your breathing, the subtle sounds of life continuing in the vast quiet. But beyond these, surrounding them, embracing them, is a silence so complete it seems to have substance, weight, reality. You find a place to sit on the stone floor, cross-legged, comfortable, your back straight but not rigid. Your hands rest naturally on your knees, open, receiving. In this underground sanctuary, surrounded by the patient stone, beside the mirror-still water, you feel yourself settling into depths you never knew existed, and time dissolves. Minutes, hours, the distinction becomes meaningless. There is only this eternal now, this perfect moment that contains all moments. Your breathing slows, deepens, matches the rhythm of the springs feeding the pool, the pulse of the mountain, the heartbeat of the deep earth itself. Occasionally, a sound drifts down from the surface world, faint, distant, like memories of another life. But here in the depths, these sounds cannot disturb the profound peace. They are absorbed, transformed, becoming part of the great silence that holds all things, the source from which all sounds emerge, to which all sounds return. The underground chamber cradles you in perfect darkness, perfect silence. Your body grows heavy as stone, while your spirit feels light as water. Let the deep earth hold you, support you, drawing you down into rest as profound as these ancient depths. Let the silence fill every cell, every thought, until you become one with the eternal peace that lives at the heart of the mountain. The call comes from somewhere deep within, a gentle urging to rise, to return to the surface, to complete your journey beneath the vast Cappadocian sky. Your legs are stiff from sitting in meditation, but they carry you willingly up through the stone passages, through the cool darkness, back toward the star-filled night. The surface world embraces you softly. Night has fully claimed the land. The harsh edges of day have dissolved into gentle curves of shadow and starlight. The air is cool now, sweet with the scent of night-blooming jasmine, carrying the whisper of wind across stone, across the dreams of a sleeping landscape. You emerge onto a high plateau. The fairy chimneys rise around you like sleeping giants, their forms softened by darkness, made mysterious, mythical. In the starlight, they seem to breathe, to shift slightly, as if the entire landscape is gently dreaming, and you are walking through that dream. Above you spreads the sky, such a sky as can only be seen far from the lights of cities. Deep indigo velvet scattered with diamonds. The Milky Way flows like a silver river across the heavens, so bright you can see your shadow on the stone, so vast it makes you dizzy with wonder, with the beautiful terror of infinity. You find the perfect resting place, a flat expanse of warm stone, still radiating the day's heat, smooth as silk, worn by wind and rain into a natural bed. Here you spread your simple cloak, lie down upon the patient rock, and prepare to give yourself to the vast embrace of night. The stone accepts your body, curves to accommodate your spine, your shoulders, your weary limbs. After a day of walking, of seeking, of discovery, this simple contact with solid earth feels like the greatest luxury. Your muscles release, soften, begin their slow surrender to gravity, to rest, to the pull of the planet itself. The stars wheel slowly overhead, ancient light that has traveled impossible distances to reach this moment. To witness your small human form lying trustfully beneath the infinite sky. You are connected to this light, made of the same stellar dust, breathing the same cosmic breath, part of the vast web that connects all things across space and time. A night bird calls somewhere in the darkness, its voice lonely and beautiful, echoing between the stone formations, then fading into the immense silence. Other sounds emerge as your hearing adjusts. The whisper of wind through hidden canyons, the distant tinkle of water over stone, the soft settling sounds of rock cooling in the night air. Your breathing deepens, matching the slow rhythm of the sleeping earth. Each exhale releases the day's experiences, the sights, the discoveries, the moments of wonder, letting them settle into memory, into the deep storehouse of the heart. Each inhale draws in the peace of night, the benediction of darkness, the gift of rest. The boundaries begin to dissolve between your body and the stone, between your breath and the wind, between your small self and the vast presence that surrounds and holds all things. You are no longer a visitor to this landscape. You have become part of it, woven into its ancient story, claimed by its timeless dream. Above you, a meteor streaks across the sky, a brief silver thread drawn across the starfield, beautiful in its transience, its willingness to burn itself out in glory, to become light, to join the cosmic dance for just one perfect moment, like your own life, brief but radiant, part of something infinitely larger, infinitely meaningful. Your eyelids grow heavy. The star patterns blur, become soft jewels seen through water, through the gathering mist of sleep. The great peace of Cappadocia settles over you like a blanket, woven from starlight and stone dreams, from the breath of sleeping valleys, from the patience of ancient mountains. The last thing you remember is the sensation of floating, of being held, cradled between earth and sky, between the warm stone beneath and the cool stars above. Your breathing becomes the breathing of the night itself, slow, deep, eternal, carrying you into dreams that are indistinguishable from the landscape's own dreaming. And in that dreaming, you understand finally why you came here. Not to see, not to experience, but to remember. To remember what you always were, what you always will be. A brief flowering of consciousness in the vast garden of existence. A single note in the eternal symphony. A small flame that carries the same light as the stars. The wind whispers across the plateau, carrying your dreams, your peace, your perfect surrender, out across the sleeping valleys, the dreaming chimneys, the patient stones that have witnessed a million nights like this, a million souls finding their way home to the source of all rest, all peace, all love. And you sleep, deep as the mountain roots, peaceful as the ancient stone, eternal as the wheeling stars, held in the perfect embrace of a land that knows the secret, the truth, that all seeking leads to this moment of complete rest, complete trust, complete return to the source from which all journeys begin and to which all journeys lead. Sleep now, deep and dreamless, held by the eternal stone, blessed by the infinite stars. Your journey is complete. Your seeking has found its answer in the perfect peace, the perfect rest that lives at the heart of all things. Sleep.